7 more minutes, guys. 7 more minutes, and we'll begin. Feel free to remind your fellow DAS members about the event so they're not late. Angel, I just saw your hand up. Did you have a question? Okay. Pulling you up on stage.
So is that like a button to come up here, or is that not a mute button?
That's a button to basically request to speak. So everybody that's in the audience cannot say anything, well, won't be able to say anything, is completely muted. And that button is so you can come up and say, hey, I want to say something. And then it brings you onto the stage to talk. So right now, the people you're seeing below you are the audience.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Alright, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can take me up.
Hope everybody's having a fine afternoon or evening, depending on where you're at around the world. All right. Got about 3 more minutes, guys, and we'll start. Bibbs got a question. What's up, Bibbs?
Hi, Supa.
Hello. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Glad
How
you
are
could
you?
make it, man. I'm really glad you could make it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely in the doghouse for this one.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to say hi though. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, just checking in. Oh. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you back in the audience then.
All right.
Countdown, guys. 1 more minute. So I'll be giving everybody a chance to come up here and say a couple of things if they want to. You can talk about your greatest moments in the server, or how you came into the server, or maybe what you've been up to. You know, if we haven't seen you in a while, you know, come up here and freestyle a little bit. Nice of you to join us, Steph. All right. So, let's begin. So it's exactly 12 p.m. my time. We're going to go ahead and start. So, DAS fam, I'd like to start off by saying thank you for being here today. It means a lot to me, and especially to the whole DAS community here. It's been 2 years. We are still here gaming, socializing, and most importantly, having fun. This server started back in January of 2021. This was during a time where the whole world was in a pandemic and our countries were locked down. We couldn't go out for entertainment. We couldn't really travel to see our friends or family. We had to just stay home. For some people, it was just another reason to stay home, to play video games or binge watch some Netflix. For others, they were going crazy being stuck at home. So a lot of casual gamers, they played an hour a day or hadn't even played in months, decided to dust off their controllers or other devices and started gaming. What was special about this was having online capabilities. You could go online, socialize, and game with your friends, family, or some random players around the world. And this is how the server started. I saw that there was a new Call of Duty Black Ops game, also known as Cold War. I checked out the zombies mode and it looked pretty good. I had been playing zombies for years, since it debuted back in 2008 for World at War. So I really wanted to rekindle that excitement I once had for that game. I called up the old zombie squad, which consisted mainly of course, myself, my brother, cousin, and an old friend. They picked up the game and we started playing. Unfortunately, they were only playing every now and then. But at this point, I was hooked at the game. I wanted to play the game more, basically all the time. The moment I got home, I wanted to play it. And like a lot of people here, I was not interested in public lobbies, especially in Call of Duty. We all know how crazy that can get. So, I created a Discord server with the idea of having a small handful of people to play zombies with. A community to help each other out with complete challenges in the game. At this point, I had maybe 10 or 15 members in the server. Shortly after Carlos joined, he reached out on social media and needed help with some challenges in the game. I remember just interacting with him in the voice chat for the first time. Since English wasn't his primary language and still isn't, I couldn't really make out all the words he was saying. I thought to myself that this wasn't going to work out. All the people that were joining were from another country, complete different time zones, accents, and languages. You know, we weren't going to, just our schedules are not going to line up either. However, because most people were at home during this time and not working, the time zone part wasn't that much of an issue, right? So as an example, Carlos is from Portugal, But it didn't matter what time of day it was for me. He was always on, right? It could be morning, afternoon, evening. It didn't matter. He was online, and this is where the phrase "lockdown Carlos" came from. So I kept pushing forward with the ambitious intent on growing this community. For a lot of you that weren't around at the start, the server was plain. It had no personality. The voice channels were called Alpha, Beta, and Charlie. There was no kitchen or studio, just the main chat room. We didn't have competitions, movie nights, holiday events, Apothecon's cooking show, and eventually Holly's book club. But as the server continued to grow, and based on how the community was developing, the server started to evolve. I needed to lay down some real foundation. So to keep the community toxic free and fun, I had to create rules and guidelines that the community had to abide by. At the time, the server was just called Call of Duty Cold War Zombies. So I thought up a name for the server, a clan tag and a server logo created for us. From there, a culture manifested. We created this family bond that we now call Das Fam. From there, we created Das merchandise, shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, pens, and the new addition to the lineup, game mats. What's the greatest feeling about this is we have members representing that logo all around the world. We aren't just representing locally, we are representing internationally. So I want to finish off by saying this. Thank you guys for an amazing 2 years. And I'm really excited to see what's in store for us in 2023. I also have a couple announcements to make, so stand by. But I want to give Carlos and Austin a chance to come up here and give their speeches. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh no, it's not good morning. It's good morning or afternoon for some of you. As you know, I'm one of the first original members from the Dark Kid Survivors, and I consider everyone here like my brothers and sisters. For the people that I know don't know how I got in this server or even in Discord, I was actually new to playing online games with other people. I got on social media and I got an invite from Super to play. The most difficult thing to me was talking and putting together all the words so that I didn't sound like an idiot. Just like now. Okay. Of course, at the beginning, I was worried if you Super didn't understand me at all. I was more quiet then than I am now. As you know, I'm from Portugal and English is not my main language. As I am the first moderator, I have been on the DAS for 2 years. What happened was one day I got a private message from Super. At the first, I thought I was I was in trouble, that I was about to get kicked from the server. Actually, it was the opposite. It was offering me the position to be a moderator. Being a part of this community so long, I have seen many people coming and go. But I'm still here. We are still here, all. Yes, bitches. I mean, be here for a year from the beginning, and you guys have to deal with me till the end. Because I'm not gonna leave the death fam. One last thing I'm gonna talk about. One of the greatest moments for me in the server is how this moment start actually was every time that I play with Super on zombies, it always come to me and knife me with no reason. Eventually, he start to get the other members to do the same. Soon after, we start talking and we, we start to talking about making the event from it. This is how is the Knife Carlos event started. It was born and will go down as one of the most important moments of this server. Yeah, and Carlos, I know you guys like that. So, well, I think I'm gonna let Austin the snowman talking because I have a feeling this is melting now.
All right. Thanks, Carlos.
Okay.
Austin, are you there? Austin? Austin, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Maybe rejoin. I'm gonna have him rejoin in a second here. Sorry for the technical difficulty, guys. Sorry for that. All right, there we go. I
Hello.
hear a little bit of Austin. There you go.
Damn. Did not expect that to happen.
It's all good, man. It happens. All right, the floor is all yours.
Thanks, Super. Um, hey guys, name is Austin Haskins. Most of you know me as a lot of nicknames from here. Uh, I still can't believe it's been a full year since the last anniversary. Time has sure flown right by us. For those of you that don't know how I came into this server, a fellow member named T. Brett actually introduced me to Discord and the server. It was back in March of 2021. I'd been playing Black Ops Cold War with some coworkers at the time. We'd get online after work and play zombies together for fun. Eventually, we all stopped playing together for multiple reasons. So I'd end up playing the game alone, and T-Bert one day said to me in person, "Hey, join the server and you'll have people to play with and everything." So I joined, and everyone was so friendly and everything. At first, I was fairly shy and would only play with T-Bret for a while, but then I slowly opened up to other members and played with them. This server has legit become a new family to me, and I love everyone in here, and I'm always here for you all whenever you need it. You all have helped me create so many great memories here. One great memory in this past year for me was playing Cold War Zombies with Serena, Smokey, and Apothecon. What made this moment great was the amount of fun we all had playing the game, and also Serena showing us her skills she could bring to the Zombies mode, despite going down 50 times. I'm forever grateful that I'm a part of this amazing family where we always have a blast, can always talk about problems if need be, and always be here each to support each other. Thank you all so much for being a part of this family and always being here. I love you all and can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us.
Thanks, Austin. But really, 50 times?
Yep.
Interesting.
We have a screenshot to prove it.
All right, move you back on stage, or audience, I mean. All right, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to come up here and say their piece, and talk about whatever they want, greatest moments, um, how they came about into the server, what they've been up to, and things like that. But I want to mention two things first, two announcements actually. One of them is kind of important because when you come up here, I also want you to mention a little bit about the second announcement. So the first announcement is the level cap in the server has increased. After this event, it'll go from 100 to 150, so the max will be 150. So if you didn't make it to 100 by this point, sorry. Second thing, this is actually very big and important. We've been talking about this in passing quite a bit, and just kind of toying with different ideas and stuff like that, and things we could do. But we want to get a full server DAS meetup going, and what I mean by that is actually an in-person meetup. So we all get together, hang out, do all sorts of different activities with each other, go to dinner, stuff like that. My vision is like a whole week of a vacation with everybody and just hanging out, going to different places and sightseeing and all sorts of stuff, whatever ideas you guys can come with. Why I need this to be connected to whatever you guys are going to say towards the end of your guys' speeches is what time frame would work for you guys. Give me like a time frame, like, hey, I think this month would be good, or I need 6 months, or so on and so forth. Just bear in mind that not everybody will be able to fulfill that same schedule that you have. So being the most open and flexible will obviously help. Some people are coming from a different country and they need time to save up money if they don't have anything saved up yet. So also keep that into consideration too. Like, don't be like, hey, let's do it next month. People need time to be able to prepare, save money, or just prepare. Like, they gotta be able to take time off work and schedule that ahead of time and make sure it doesn't conflict with anything else that's going on that month or that year or that week or whatever. So I believe I saw Smokey raise his hand first, so I'm gonna have him come up next, and then I'll have Angel come up second.
Alright, so I just want to start this off with a fun fact. Did you guys all know?
Actually, stop for a second. I do want to say one thing first. I wanted to kind of give Smokey a little introduction here. For some of you guys that may not know who Smokey is or played with him quite a bit or even at all, he's been in the server for a long time. And one thing I really wanted to commend him for is that he was actually the first person to ever boost the server. So if you don't know what that is, boosting the server basically gives the server community benefits based on the tier level that your server's at. So the more boost that you get from community members, it ranks you up into those different levels, and you get different type of perks like higher audio quality, being able to upload higher megabytes or larger files of videos and pictures and stuff like that. So he was the first one to do it, and it more or less kind of like, he may not have had like a hands-on approach to it, but he kind of sparked that interest in getting more server boosters from other people to tier us up to the top level, which is tier 3. And these are benefits that everybody can use in the community. It's not like just for the people who server boost. So that audio quality that everybody gets, that's so super clear, that level 3 stuff, is because of everybody that boost a server to do those things. And so I just want to say thank you, Smokey, for that, and commend you. That's an awesome thing that you did. To this day, it still resonates with me and other people too as well.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It was my honor. Uh, but as I was saying, my quick fact was, did you know that Mountain Dew Baja Blast was scientifically created to taste good with Taco Bell food? And I just think that's lovely. But no, onto the serious note. I've been in the server for a long time. I joined when I really needed people to play with. Uh, I was moving on from a friend group. I had a lot of shit going on in my life, and everyone here they were nice, accepting. At first, we didn't really talk a lot. We mostly just played zombies. But after a while, everyone started to get to know each other, and I took a large break. But when I came back, everyone accepted me just as I was when I left. No one judged me for being gone except for Supa, who made fun of me. But everyone else was cool. Um, and since then, I've made friends with the rest of you, and I've met new members, and we've had events. I have multiple articles of merch. Supa has sent me personal things that are some of the best presents I've ever had in my life. But what I'm more excited about is the memories we're going to make in the future and the possibility of meeting everyone. And whenever that may be, I'm always ready. I'm 2 states away from Supa. I'm a road away from Infinite. I can see Bibs on the horizon. And I'm also excited to hear what everyone has to say, so I'm going to let the next person talk.
Thanks, Smokey.
No problem.
All right, next person up is Angel. Testing.
I wanna first. Hello.
So, introduction for Angel. She's been in the server for a good amount of time, and I want to tell like a story about you real quick, Angel, if you don't mind. She knows this story, and a couple people know this story too.
I already figure I know.
So,
I know what's coming.
So we played a lot of Fortnite together, and she's played with a lot of other people, of course. And I remember the first time she joined, and she was in Squad Finders asking if anybody wanted to play Fortnite. Me and Austin were like, "Hey, yeah, we'll play with you." And at this point, we had never played with her before. Her server name was Shadow Dragon, and at the time, like because of that type of name, we just kind of assumed that it was like some dude, basically. And so when me and Austin were waiting in the voice chat for her to show up, we were like, man, where's this dude at? Like, he's taking forever. Finally, when she finally joins, it's a female voice, and we're just like, oh, okay. And we were just kind of like, it was a little awkward because we were expecting like a guy, because of the name specifically, not because of, other reasons, just more of just because of the name Shadow Dragon. It just seems like, some edgy kid, that would have that kind of name. So we kind of give her shit about that name. She hates being called that. Um, and Angel is definitely she's one of my favorites to make fun of. Um, and yeah, overall she's a great person. I like having her around. We all like having her around, and she's got she's a little different in the jokes sometimes, a little dirty, but other than that, she's a great person. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
I honestly wanted to bring up the same thing. When I first joined the chat, I was very lonely in the sorts. I didn't really have many friends. I didn't really know how joining the server was going to benefit anyone in the server for me joining. But since I've joined, I've made a lot of like really, really close friends and people that I would call my best friends, honestly. Uh, Everyone in here is just so supportive of each other and caring, and we all have fun together. And I like to bust Supa's balls a little bit, but everyone has a fun time, and I just enjoy being here.
Thank you. We appreciate having you around too.
Yeah, I love your booty, Supa.
Okay. Enough of that. All right. I believe Demonic's Hand was up next, so I'm gonna pull him up. Or Darkness Made Me, but I just remember him as Dark Demonic Raven. So for some of you guys that know this guy, he's actually been in the server for a long time. He played a lot of zombies with us. He's really good with the tomahawk. His name originally was Demonic Raven, and that's why I call him Demonic still, even though his name is Darkness. Maybe he changed at some point, and he just recently returned back to the server in terms of talking and stuff like that. He's a super busy guy, so go ahead, Demonic. Say what you want to say. The floor is all yours.
First thing, it's good to be back. If, like Super said, for those who know me, I've been a part of the server since pretty much the beginning, back with Super, Carlos, Austin, G-Man, and K-Bibbs, some of the original members. I did take some time away from the server, not just for me, for personal reasons. For those who know me, I suffer with epilepsy. I suffer with grand mal clonic tonic seizures. So I have to take 12 tablets a day medication-wise, so it does affect me. I also work a hell of a lot, 70 plus hours a week, if not more, over 2 different jobs. I have now finally returned to the server after about a year or so away, so I will be more active now. So anyone wants to join up, zombies, Fortnite, anything, shoot me a message whenever I'm not working, I'll join. I look forward to catching up with previous members who knew me, and look forward to getting to know new members in the server. But yeah, looking forward to gaming with you again, getting to know new people, getting back at it, trying to race Super and Austin again to get to the highest levels on the Call of Duties like we used to. And look forward to going to high rounds again on zombies with some of the good players on the server here.
That's awesome, man. Thanks, Demonic. All right, Bibbs. All right, Bibbs, Bibbertons, K Bibbs, 93. This
Super,
guy,
honestly,
man.
you probably should have let Infinite do the intro just because he knows the entire thing of it.
Listen, he could do that after, but listen, okay. All right, I want to. Bibbs has been in the server for a long time. This guy has not only been in the server for a long time, but he has been probably the most, like, out of every member, he's the most consistent active person. He never really, until recently, but other than that, like for the 2 years, he was very consistent. He was always on. He was always trying to play with people. He was always in the voice chat talking and chilling with people, and he's just been the most consistent person. And I really appreciate someone like that. Of course, Bibbs has his moments where he kind of, gives people a little, vein
Too
on
much
their
of a hard
forehead,
time.
a little vein on the forehead, a little red foreman. But other than that, like I always tell people, like Bibbs is genuinely a great person. He's fun to be around. He's fun to play games with. I had fun with him the day when I first met him. I played zombies with him. We had so much fun. And we played a lot of different games together, over the course of the 2 years, and just chatting and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that, Bibbs. You're a great person, and thank you for being part of the server for as long as you have been.
I appreciate that, Supa. I appreciate you for making such a wonderful community and server to be a part of. I mean, we got some great people here, and I truly feel blessed. I mean, there's definitely people here that I can't wait to meet. Some people, that we've been talking to for 2+ years, and we feel like family, and I couldn't have asked for a better server to be a part of, and that's all thanks to you for getting everyone together.
It's been my pleasure.
I mean, I know it takes a lot of work. So you, Austin, Carlos, putting up with my shit, and definitely having to tell me time or two, like, hey, you're tiptoeing on that line, and so I appreciate y'all. I'm happy that you guys have put on so many competitions and challenges and rewards. to, entice that drive and keep everyone a part of. I mean, I'm happy to know that some of these people that have been here for so long, I had a hand in bringing in, and hearing what some of them have to say about being a part of definitely makes me feel good for sharing what a wonderful group we have here. I can't wait to see what the future holds for everyone. And I'm trying to be as active as I can. It's a little hard working so much and having a little one, but I'm trying to be more active than I have recently. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome. Bibs, one other question for the meetup. Is there any kind of time frame that you would prefer?
Oh God. Nah, I mean, no. I'm gonna try to make it work. With whatever it is. Hopefully, we can plan it. At least several months out, or possibly beginning of next year, just so we can give everyone time to hash out the details, especially people coming from overseas or depending on where we're doing it across the country.
Okay.
But I already told my other half.
So
I already told my other half I'm going, and she's definitely giving me an evil eye for it. But
So just as long as you get a heads up, basically, right? Like a good heads up,
yeah.
So you can. Okay, cool. That works. All right. All right. Next person, I believe, was Steffi. Let's go ahead and pull her up. And then Snake.
Hello.
Hey, Steffi. So,
Hi.
Steffi.
Oh, Evan.
The girl that spam tags people all the time.
Yes.
She's been a pain in my rear sometimes, but she is a really fun person to talk to and play games with. Her tag I remember seeing her tag for the first time in Call of Duty was Glitter Gun, and I was like, what the hell is that?
No, it was Steffi XO. Glitter Gun was only recent.
That was on Fortnite, but on Call of Duty, I just remember Glitter Gunner. But Steffi is awesome. I remember the times we used to all of us used to play a lot of Call of Duty together. She joined one time trying to get the Outbreak Easter egg completed, the Legion fight, which is difficult in its own right. And I just remember her playing a lot with I think Typhoon and Austin and trying to get it done. And she tried like 10 times in a day or something like that. It was crazy. And then finally she got it. And after that,
Carlos as well.
After spending Carlos too. After spending all that time with Typhoon doing that, she was basically like talking like Typhoon. She came out calling people professionals and shit like that, not needing armor. I was like, man, that's hilarious. But Steffi is also, if you guys know this girl, she is like the queen of the kitchen. She basically is always posting in there almost every single day. She's making her 90% of the time the stuff you see in there is stuff that she made. It's not stuff that she got at a restaurant and stuff like that. Like that's stuff she made. So commendable. I mean, that's just awesome that you can cook that well. So
thank you very much.
Floor's all yours.
Thank you. As you all know, I'm the queen, but people just call us Steph. I can go with either, but But yeah, I've been here since pretty much close to the beginning. These have all been my sidekicks through thick and thin. When it's been shit, when it's been good, and yet yous are still here. Even though I'm a bit fucking crazy, you still want to be my friend. But yeah, thanks to yous, you've pulled us through some pretty dark shit. Still here standing. And I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much.
It's been my pleasure. Everybody's pleasure, actually.
Yes. Especially my brother. He knows.
Which brother?
We may not be related, but we are true brothers.
Which brother are we talking about? Carlos?
Carlos, yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
He's my brother. Everyone's me bro, but he's my brother.
Fair enough. So, Steph, are you interested in this meetup? I know it might be a little difficult, but with time, do you think this is something you might be interested in?
If we can get some like cheap flights and stuff, because obviously I'm like the other side of the world nearly.
Of course, of course.
If we can get some good time frame in it and some cheap flights, it could be a possibility. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And also, Demonic, it's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you for a very, very, very long time, and I didn't realize it was you with the name change.
Yeah, and he just changed it back to demonic.
I've just seen that.
to make it easier for us.
Yeah, he also helped us do the outbreak missions as well when I first started.
Oh right, he did. Yeah.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
True professionals.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you very much. Love you all.
All right. All right. Snake. Snake, snake, snake. Man, this guy. The guy that plays 1.5 games whenever he's online.
Sometimes.
So, if for some of you guys that don't know, Snake is actually the first person to be entered into the DAS Hall of Fame. He's the first person. When we used to do a lot of Call of Duty competitions, he won every single one of them in success, in a row, 3 of them in a row, and he came out reigning champion. So because of that, he has been entered into the Hall of Fame, and he will forever be cemented as the first person to be in there. So that is, he earned it for sure. I was surprised, honestly, because I thought it was maybe going to be like Bibs or something like that, but Snake pulled it through, and he earned it. He's an amazing Call of Duty player, but he's an awesome guy to talk to and hang out with on Fortnite and all sorts of other games, and never had an issue with him. He's just a great guy, man. So I appreciate you being part of the community and stuff like that, man.
Unfortunately, I also started the Hall of Fame curse, so there's that too.
All right, floor's all yours.
But real talk, I joined this group a little before I got into a major accident and broke my leg in half. It was a bad time. I was real depressed. Didn't know what I was gonna do. Sorry about that. I'm at a restaurant taking a second to help with you. But no, I was real depressed. I was in a bad spot. This group actually helped me to get my spirits lifted back up. Worked real hard to get back where I needed to be. It also put me into a space where I could play with a lot of people online. So I really appreciate everybody that's been cool, just gonna help me out with different things, whether it be games or just talking things out. Can't wait to see what's going on in the future. Now with the DOS meetup, I'm kind of wherever it ends up falling is where it falls. I just have to save some money for the meetup. That's all.
Okay. Awesome, man.
But that's all I got.
Thanks for that, Snake. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up here and speaking a little piece there. All right. All right. Demonic raised his hand. I'm gonna pull him up back up here.
Yeah, I forgot mention about that meet. Probably July, August time's best. I'm over here in the UK, aren't I? So
July or August, you said?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm over in the UK, so it's a matter of getting money ready. I've got the music festival in June first on to download, so I might end up meeting up with one of you at least if Jay's deciding to go download in June.
Right on. Cool.
So,
I'll have that noted down. Thanks for giving me that info.
So it's UK time, so it's 20 to 8 at night here.
Okay. Anything else you needed, Ed?
No, I've got work in 2 hours.
Oh.
10 o'clock at night till 8 in the morning.
All right. All right. Cool, man.
So, see you in a bit.
All right. All right. Anybody else want to come up here? Infinite, Jay, Apothecon. Oh, there you go. Apothecon just raised his hand. So he will be next. Oh, and we got Serena too. So Infinite will be next, and then Serena. All right, come on up, Apothecon. Did I not? There you go. Let's try that again.
Man, I should have waited a few seconds.
Apothecon.
Oh.
Let me give you a introduction real quick, man. All right, this guy is a chef. First off, right? He's gonna be the guy that's gonna, when he comes to the meetup, he's gonna be the one cooking a lot of stuff. Apothecon is almost like and I mean this in a positive way. He is like almost like a meme in the server. He is known for taking a long time to show up to a lot of things. When we ask him to get online to play, he always says these words that kind of twitch my eye a little bit, which is he says won't be long, and every time he says that, it always takes him a long time. If he says he's going to be on in 15 minutes, in Apothecon time, that's like 2 hours, and I'm not even over exaggerating. That's exactly what happens. But I will say this: when he does join and play, it is well worth that time that you waited. As much shit that we give him about that, it's definitely worth it. When he actually joins and he's playing, he's a delight to be around. He's always game for basically everything and anything, and I appreciate that type of energy you bring to the server, Apothecon, and keeping Bunless in line when you need to.
It's not an easy job, bro.
I know
Someone
it's not.
will do it though.
And being Steffi's reminder clock too as well. So, all right, floor's all yours, man. Go ahead.
Well, it's quite funny because when I first joined, my first ever game was with a member called Slungy. He doesn't really speak or anything anymore. But then it took about 2 weeks, and I finally got onto a game of zombies with Super, Carlos, and it was Atlas. And this was probably one of my funnier zombies moments as well, because Carlos was running the site, and he kept on going down, and it was incredibly hilarious. But it took for about a month. All I'd do was I'd only join games with Super. I literally wouldn't play with anyone else. And then I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I just got set up playing with everyone else and everything like that. Yeah, it's gone from there. But I'm short and sweet and done.
And Apothecon, what about the meetup?
On the meetup, to be fair, as long as it's not the summer holidays, is best. And realistically, perfectly for me financially would be next year.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I will note that down.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see. Serena, or Infinite's hand. Infinite, are you want to come up? Because I see that you pulled your hand back down. All right, I'm going to have Serena come up then.
Hello.
Hey, Serena. So,
Hi.
Serena, the sleepy Serena, she got that nickname for always falling asleep in the voice chats and snoring, and you could tell that she was snoring because you would have an earthquake in your room, so then everybody would know that you were sleeping. I remember meeting Serena on Fortnite. Her name was Elite Serena. I was like, oh, this person must be really good at the game if they're calling themselves Elite. Not saying she's a bad player, but maybe not elite.
I have my moments.
Just kidding.
I have my moments.
You do have your moments. But before you say anything, I just gotta ask: was it really 50 times that you went down, like Austin said?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I think he has a screenshot.
Serena,
and it's posted on the DAS YouTube.
Yeah. Serena's a college girl, so she's been gone for she's been a little semi-active last couple of months, so she's been really busy with that, as most people would when they're in school and stuff like that. But during the summer she was really, really active. She was like basically always in the voice chat, almost 24/7. When she was at work, she was in the voice chat. It didn't matter where she was at, what she was doing, she was in there. And hopefully one day we can, when you got some free time, you can give us some of your attention so we can play some games together. I know there are a bunch of people in here that miss playing games with you. As
Yeah.
you could see the reaction of people seeing you in here, Mason was like, "What the hell is that, Serena?"
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get you back into that groove eventually. So, but go ahead, the
That's-
floor is all yours.
Yeah, so when I first joined the server, I was also really lonely playing Fortnite by myself, when I would get home from work every night, as Super mentioned. And I decided to go on to random squads and try to meet some new people. And there I actually came across K-Bibs, who was the one who brought me into the server. And when I first joined the server, I felt very welcomed by everyone in it. And I just like how everybody can, crack jokes and take jabs at one another, which brings me to the point that Awesome made, and is probably one of my favorite memories too, which is playing zombies and dying 51 times. We don't talk about that, but yeah, that is definitely a memory that I will never forget, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this wonderful community, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. And I'm also really excited to meet some of you guys.
Any particular month or year that you would think would work for you best?
No, I think if we just plan it around like holidays, like not uh having the DAS meetup like around holidays, because I tend to work during New Year's and like Christmas and stuff like that. So I
Okay.
think whenever's the best.
All right, awesome. I got that all noted down. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, Garun.
Hello.
What's up, Garun? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Man,
Glad to be here.
yes, I'm glad you're here too. Garun is like, he is a sniper master, man. This guy is so good at sniping. It doesn't matter what shooter game he's playing, Fortnite, Call of Duty, he can snipe. He used to be like at all the Call of Duty competitions, like back in the day, with Bibs, and him and Bibs would always be competing with besting each other. And then there was kind of this moment where Garden was gone for a couple of months, and then I was able to get a hold of him, and he came back, and he's been pretty active since, despite work and whatnot. And Garun is also the first person to also turn himself into a Christmas tree. For some of you guys that may not have seen it, if you guys want to see it, I'll send it to you in DM, or you can ask him. But we had a Christmas tree event, and he has this pretty big beard, and he started putting like little Christmas decorations all over his beard, and asked if he could enter into the event like that. Obviously, I could not, as funny as it was, but yeah, that made me rolling on the floor. I was at work at the time, and people thought I was like a maniac because I was just randomly laughing for 5 minutes.
I still think I should be participating.
No, stop. We're not gonna have this conversation here. Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say what you need to say.
Alright, so I don't know. I joined the server almost by accident because when I got the Modern Warfare Cold War, well, not Modern Warfare Cold War, I was looking for a group on Facebook to play zombies with other people and to learn from them. And I think Beeps linked the server, and then I joined, and there was like 20 or 30 people then. And I don't know, I started playing the first server competition. I was playing with Beeps. I had no idea what was happening, and I was just following him. And I stayed with you, and it's been almost 2 years. And when I was inactive, it was because I moved to the other city and changed the job. So I didn't have time to play games. And now when newer games came, we stopped playing Cold War. So and I didn't bought the new Call of Duties. So I'm just playing Fortnite occasionally, and some other games when it's possible.
Phasmophobia, especially. You play that a lot.
Yes, my favorite game.
So
The amount
so much
of
of your favorite game that you returned it the same day.
the same hour. But yeah. I think that's all. I'm really happy that I met amazing people here and I get to play with them a lot. And that's it. I'm happy to be here
Cool, man.
after 2 years.
And then last thing I want to ask you is the meetup. I know you were talking to me about this a few months back. You were like, "Hey, can we do it like next month or something?" Like you were like on it. But now that we're really putting stuff into setting things in stone, what kind of time frame would work for you? Or if it's like just a matter of just having a heads up.
Yeah, from what I remember, the first idea was to do it on the summertime, right? Of this year.
No, Austin said that, but I don't know where he came up with that. He just randomly said it.
Ah, okay. But basically, it's like I will probably, because it's the other side of the world, and I will probably come with my father, and because he just want to visit America, so it will be like he will leave me with you for a couple of days. I will stay in the hotel to join the party, and that's all. After that, he will pick me up, and I will stay and travel a little bit. So I just need the date from you.
Okay.
And then I will be able to decide if I can go or not, because I have nothing specific on my mind right now.
Okay, copy that. I got that noted down. You still gonna meet up with Carlos in the middle, and then, or I don't know in the middle, but didn't you say you were gonna meet up with Carlos and then fly with him or something like that? I forget if that was
I
you
would
that said
have
that.
to, if the flights would be easier to go through the Portugal, it's possible. I have no idea.
Cool. And you can also check and make sure Carlos isn't, some crazy ass guy too, because I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm not too sure.
If he is, I probably won't be able to pass that information.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming up here and talking. I appreciate it.
Thank you too.
All right. Who else? Infinite. Here he is. Let me pull him up. If it isn't Infinite Lines, man. Can you hear me?
Hola.
Infinite. I want to say this, dude. It is really fun to have you in the voice chat, even if you're not playing the same game as we're playing. It is really fun to have you in the chat, just talking, because Infinite has this very unique trait that you could say something that's not even a joke, and he turns it into a joke somehow. And it also can sometimes come off weird when he does it, but it's like funny at the same time. It's like a funny kind of weird. And he kind of, it almost seems like he craves for that type of response, is for you to be like, dude, you're acting so weird right now. Not weird as in like he's crazy, but it's just like a weird joke, but it's also kind of funny at the same time. And he has that where he can kind of be quick on his feet and just basically come up with something really fast. He's also really a delight to play video games too with, like all the time. It doesn't matter what you're playing. He's always down to go this way or that way. He really, he kind of leaves it up to other people to kind of make their opinions, and he's just a really good friend, and he's just down. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that I really enjoy you being around and just making jokes and being fun, and always being happy in front of everybody, which is good because you have, you have a positive outlook, and people, that resonates with other people. You shine that light on other people, so they can also brighten their day too as well. So thank you for that, Infinite, and you're awesome, man.
Thank you. Most of you, I've played games with most of you. The other of you, we probably haven't played yet, but we will at some point at some game, whichever it may be. Um, well, when I first started playing in the server, I started because of Cold War Zombies. I was looking for people to play with that were gonna always be constantly on, and it was like during COVID and stuff. So I was always on at the time, and I was able to find you guys through Facebook because I think somebody complained that they were in other Discord servers and people kept sending them like dick pics and other stuff like that. So somebody recommended it, and I don't know who it was, but somebody recommended it, and I was in the server, and I just joined the server, and then I just followed the link, and I was in. And I've enjoyed playing with all of you. Like Super said, I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to video games. Like it don't matter where we go, I'll find something along the way that I like, and roll with it. A lot of you might also know me for all the dumb shit that I say. Like Super said, it does just come out like that. I don't think about it. It just happens. It just happens to happen, and I've just always been like that. I think one of the best moments for me was, well, that still occurs, is every time that I join in for a call and everybody's like, "Hey, what up, fucking Infinito, Volcano, Tornado, fucking Potato, whatever the fuck it is." I love that. It makes me feel welcome. And also everything that the shit that people say because of stuff that I've said. Just the little stuff that I've created or that I've started that people just go with and just
Trendsetter. You're trendsetter.
Yeah, basically, it's without trying. It's just like I said. It's just like I said, just the dumb shit that comes out of my mouth. And I do appreciate all of you in here. I'm always here if you guys ever need anything. To an extent. I can't fly you guys out, but I'm always here to play games. I appreciate all of you, and for the meeting. I'm really it's really open. Whenever you guys are willing to do it, I can do it anytime. Like 4 or 5 months from now, I can pretty much do it anytime after that.
Okay.
I'm open after that. But yeah,
Got that
thank you all, and appreciate all of you. Still being here.
Infinite. One
Thank you,
last
thank you.
thing I actually wanted to add while you're
Yeah.
still up here is one thing I remember when I played with Infinite for the first time. This wasn't the first time he was playing with anybody in the server, but first time I played with him. I remember him saying something to me because I asked him a question about how the server has been treating him and the community and stuff like that. Has he been feeling welcomed and whatnot? And he said that he's like typically not really the type of person to be on social media that much, and he doesn't really like respond to people. But he says that for some reason he does in this server. Like he actually like responds to people and talks and posts things and whatnot in the kitchen or in the main chat. And I remember when he told me that, it made me feel really good about what was happening in the server and what we were doing in the server, and what we've accomplished, and how everybody was so welcoming and friendly to him that he felt like he needed to kind of expand his mind a little bit in how he talks to people online, and just not being shy or whether he was being shy or he just completely avoided it. So that was one thing I'll always remember about you, Infinite, is when we played and you were mentioning that to me, because it made me feel good about what we're doing here.
I mean, I am sort of shy at first, but it's just the people that that I have on social media and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I don't really care much to talk to them, and they're mostly people like from high school that are just people that I actually know in real life, or even family members. But I don't know. I've never been one person to post anything anywhere, but except for here. But I'll take a picture of my food and do it here, but you won't catch me doing this shit on Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter, and I have all of that shit. I just don't really go on it. I go on YouTube to watch Instagram and fucking TikTok and everything. So YouTube and Discord. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming up here and talking. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for starting this, man.
Yep.
I said I've asked you that a bunch of times too. I was like, how do you feel? You know, like you have people here from other countries and other states and shit, all just hanging out, not even playing games a lot of the time. You know, just hanging out.
Feels great. Feels amazing that that I can make people happy and stuff like that, and it kind of sometimes it does itself. Sometimes people have made such strong friendships and in here that they consider each other like family. So they almost like I think Bibbs was saying, it sometimes feels like we've known each other for years. And it does feel like that sometimes. I'll just jump in and I feel like I can say anything to Infinite if I wanted to, and he'd be cool with it because at the end of the day he knows I'm joking with him because we're friends. So it just feels like we've been longtime friends. So all right, man.
Yeah.
Lord Dragon, I saw your hand up. Do you want to come back up here? Anybody else would like to come up here and talk? Willie? Zendy J? Lemke? Crow Smoker? Just hit that hand raise button and I'll pull you up. Jay, you got to come up here and say something, man. I got a really good introduction for you. You got to come up here and say hi at least. All right, there we go, my man.
Hello.
Jay, my guy, man. So, let me give you your little introduction real quick, all right? When he joined, his name was Hollow X Souls XX or whatever. And then I think he then changed it to JX5H. And then people were calling him JX, so he changed it to JX. And then, because that's what people were calling him, so he just called it JX. And then I said, well, now I'm just gonna call you Jay then. And now he changed his name to just Jay. And my mission is to basically get him to the point where he doesn't even have a name anymore. It's just blank. It's just a dot. And when people, essentially get his attention, they just have to think of him, and then he responds. That's my goal, is to get to that point with your name. But the thing I want to bring up about Jay is the level of dedication that he has to the DAS server. He's like the first one that, at least from what I've noticed, and he publicly posted it, is, at the time when we had the DAS clan tag, it just was mainly on Call of Duty and stuff like that. People would change it. He was the first one that I saw do that on like different games, like Forza Horizon, where he would change the license plate to DAS, and he would make like decals, like custom decals that said Dark Aether Survivors, and he put like a skull on it and shit like that. So when I saw that, I was like, man, this guy's like next level shit right here. And I always appreciated that. Carlos and Austin and everybody else always had appreciated when we saw things like that. And like I said, I believe you were probably one of the first people to really do it outside of myself. And another thing about Jay is, one time he had posted this clip of him playing Fortnite, and he was like, "Oh, look it, guys! I did a thing. I'm playing Fortnite." And I think it was a fairly new game to him. At this time, nobody was really playing Fortnite, at least in the server. I wasn't. I had played like 3 years ago, but I didn't really ever want to touch the game again because it just wasn't fun. So one day I saw that clip and I said, hey, I'll install the game and I'll play with you, so you don't have to play by yourself. And there was also a way for me to also kind of give the game another try too. So I played with him. We had a lot of fun, and then shortly after, it became this huge contagious thing, and everybody started playing. Austin, Carlos, basically, everybody you're looking here has played Fortnite with us. And people who never played, people who didn't want to play the game anymore, were playing with us, and they were having fun. So I just want to say, Jay, thank you for that, because when you did that, it as you may not have had like a really hands-on approach to it, but you did spark that by even just posting that clip, and then it just had this ripple effect on everybody. And that's still a game that I play today. I don't play it as much as I did before, but I at least try to get in a couple games here and there. It's a really fun game to play with some people that well, also I guess you can look at it as a negative way is because we got Infinite to play and it started with your Spark. Infinite's now like a V-Bucks crazy person and has like 500 skins. So Infinite, you can take it up with this guy on that, all right? But I said a lot. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you speak your piece if you want to say anything. If you don't, no biggie.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So where to start? I mean, when I joined the server, I was needing somebody to help me with Easter eggs because I had no clue where to start. And I remember just getting this link posted to me on Facebook. It was like, oh, these guys will help you. And so I just joined. I don't think I even said anything for a short while. And then being in the server, someone was just like, oh, I'm running this Easter egg, who wants help? So I just joined. I was totally trash. I'm not saying I'm good now either, but I was so bad. I just got carried by Typhoon and Austin, I believe. And that's where it really kindled this love for zombies for me, I think. And then after a while, playing in zombies matches and getting to know everybody over what's been like 2 years now, it's just like, I don't know, I just can't believe it's got this far. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who I've had chance to play with. It's just been great.
Yeah, man, and it's been great having you too, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate all your dedication and stuff like that. For the meetup, I know you've expressed interest in it. Is there any type of time frame that you're looking at that would work?
I mean, obviously, I don't think it'll be this year, which I think is like a pretty solid ground for everybody else anyway. But month-wise, probably like July.
Did you say not this year or this
year? No, not this year. Like,
not
so
this year. Okay.
What would be better for me personally is like next year summertime, so like July in like the school holidays sort of time.
Okay, cool.
That's probably the best thing for me. I mean, I got a lot on this year. Circumstances have like changed, so.
Got it. All right, I got that noted down. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming up here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Lord Dragon, got your hand back up. Sup, Lord Dragon?
Hello.
And as much as he's pretty known in the server, I've actually probably played maybe one game of Call of Duty with this guy. I remember playing with him, and
I think we played like 3 times, if not 4.
Hey, man, you're embarrassing me right now. No, I think we probably did maybe play once, not more than 3 for sure. Probably not memorable games, I guess, because I only remember one time I played like Outbreak with you. And I don't remember any other times after that. But if you say it, I believe it. Lord Dragon, man, I've heard a lot of like good things about you, and this is why I was saying I didn't play with you much, because like I don't remember like the interactions that we had. And so I chalked it up to the fact that we just didn't play enough. But from people that did play with you, because you played a lot more with the other people, I did hear a lot of good things about you. They would say that you're like a super chill guy, you're funny, you're humble, and you're just kind of fun to talk to. I know we've had a lot of conversations afterwards. You were at one of Apothecon's cooking shows and you were talking about like a book of salt and stuff like that, and that was like mind blowing. We were like, I didn't even know there was a book like that, but you were just talking about it. So I thought that was funny, but it was also interesting at the same time. So cool stuff there, and it's always fun to share with you clips that have to do with people eating pizza the wrong way or breaking spaghetti to fit in the pot when it's being boiled. But floor's all yours, man. Go ahead.
All right. Please don't break spaghetti to put them in the pot. It's just wrong. Just don't do it, please. Okay, so I've been in the server since I don't know ages. I think I joined around like April or May, something like that. I don't know. It was couple of months after COVID started, and I was in my second year or third year of university. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care about university that much anymore. My depression is getting really shit. So I just started playing because it's what I always did in my life. If something's going wrong, I just start playing video games. And I remember Call of Duty Zombie is has always been one of my tops, and after I joined this server, man, I've played so much. I've played so much with Austin, and unfortunately, as Suba said, due to the fact that I am in the UK, it's different, just times and everything. I just couldn't play with him, unfortunately, because life is like that. So it just happens. And I've played with Austin so many times. He always had so many laughs. I played with Carlos so many times too. With Steph, my god, Steph. The Easter eggs with you so many times. With J2, I just love everyone here. And Apothecon, you're an amazing chef, but please don't break spaghettis.
He does it all the time.
Yeah, I have to say one of the moments that I remember the most. It was probably a game in Firebase Z when it came out, like ages ago. If think about it right now, Super, like Firebase Z came out ages ago. Like, oh my god. And it was with Typhoon. Don't know if it's here, but he was one of the first ones that I played with, and he was so hilarious. And he's probably the reason why I just started knowing more people with Austin, and then everyone is just everyone is so lovely in here. I always, even though a lot of times, especially in this period, I kind of disappear. I just completely go away from social life because happens. I don't know why, but it just happens. I just always try to come back naturally because you're all amazing. I love you all.
Yeah, and that's actually very important that you said that, because it's like, things happen, people disappear for a little bit, but the key thing is
Of course,
that you come back.
Shits can happen,
Yeah.
But there's always like everyone that talked in here already. They always said like, yeah, I disappeared for a bit, but then I came back. Like, there's just something about the server that just makes everyone come back, even though they just disappear for a while.
Yep.
It's just so good.
And do you remember? This was a long time ago, but do you remember that we had a zombies trivia event, and you won that trivia event? It was like a flash trivia, and we gave away like a month of nitro, and you won that.
Yeah.
I still like, when I think of you, that connects to my brain, like that and breaking spaghetti, all connect.
That and breaking spaghetti, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I have so many memories. Like, I have to say, as we said with Steph earlier, one of the things that just makes me laugh every fucking time is just thinking that Steph tried to make the outbreak Easter egg for 12 times, and at the 12th time she finally managed to do it. And I remember I was there, and I was like, yes, we did it. Finally, we broke the curse. Yeah, and Austin just wrote the Easter eggs with Rampage Inducer. I have to say that mode is so fucking fun. It's such a psychopath thing to do, but it's so fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And the meetup, are you interested
for the
in that?
meetup? And naturally, it's very complicated for me, especially right now. But seeing that like a lot of people prefer for next year, so I think for me, mostly in the summers. But if you message me, or like, I mean, you're gonna probably put a message here in the server. Like, as long as it's not like a month or two before, like, I need more time than that. But as long as it's that I have time to prepare and see things, because flight tickets are expensive. Other side of the world.
Got it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Love you all.
All right. Anybody else would like to come up here? DC? I just noticed that you joined a few minutes ago. Lemke, Crow Smoker, Mason, if you didn't fall asleep yet. All right, Mason's coming up here. All right, Mason, before you come up here and talk, please do not embarrass yourself, okay? All right. Or embarrass me. Thank you. Mason.
Yo.
All right, man. Mason, this.
Nah.
I got to give you an introduction, man. Mason, you have several nicknames, and they all have an actual reasoning behind it. Your most recent nickname, he came in as Mason Lamborghini. As you guys know, Mason is he's younger. He's younger than us. And one of the things I remember about him, and actually I was asleep at the time, but Austin was awake, and I think it was Austin. And Mason had not really read the rules when he joined and didn't realize he had to be a certain age to join. And I just remember when he was talking to Austin, Austin was like, "Hey, yeah, you got to talk to Supa about that." So he sent me a DM. Mason sent me a DM, and I saw it the next day. And I also saw the chat that he was having with Austin too. And at this point, Mason had been in the server for a few days. And the reason why I allowed him to stay was because he seemed like a well-mannered kid. He didn't seem like he was going to be problematic. He was, he had the manners enough to come up to me and ask me like if he could stay. Like he asked permission for it. And at the time, Carlos was kind of the guy that was going to look after him too, as well, to make sure that everything was he was comfortable with playing with people and stuff like that. And over time, Mason just kind of grew into his own. He kind of disappeared at one point, and then he came back. And I just remember his voice was like much deeper. And I was like, man, is this even the same guy? But he has a lot of nicknames. He started as Mason Lamborghini, to Bunless Sport Burger, to that horror kid, all sorts of stuff. And Mason is always down to play games. He can be a little cheeky shite sometimes, is what Apothecon says. But other than that, he's a good kid, and I do enjoy him being around and hanging out in the voice chats and seeing him get scared in Phasmophobia, but then acting like he's not scared but screaming at the same time. So it's always fun and a pleasure to see that type of stuff happen. So, go ahead.
Yo. Shit. I've had a shit ton of nicknames, bro. I don't even know why. That's crazy. One thing I want to mention, Rip the Boy Easy. May he always rest in peace. Yeah, bro. Fucking, I remember fucking sending that chat to you. I was like, yo, am I about to just get kicked out of this server? I don't even know, bro. It was like really fucking late. One thing I remember is asking Super one time, like, yo, what is it like being the guy that started this server? And now, like, everyone's just in here and playing together, having fun, and not in public lobbies. Type of shit, you know?
Right.
One thing that I think is dope. Fuck. I have this shit written down because I was high as fuck the other night. Like, high as fuck. And I actually wrote some shit down because, like, one of y'all reminded me about this. It's dope that, like, everybody's here for everybody. Like, we've all had our ups and downs. And we've been there for each other. One thing that I think is kind of dope is that, like, we've seen, like, character development between the members over the time. Like Carlos definitely has gotten better at English and stuff like that. Shout out to the stoner homies.
Mason, stop. I'm just gonna stop you right there.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's about it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up here and talking. I know it takes a little courage, especially from you. But that's awesome, man. Thanks.
Yep.
Anybody else like to come up here and say a little thing? I know DC said he actually sent me a message that he wants to come up here, but he's doing dishes. Is there anybody else? Lemke, Crow Smoker? Crow, you know you want to come up here. You've been in the server for a long time. You should say something. Come on, big man. Anybody else want to add anything? There's DC's hand. All right. DC, I invited you to come up to speak. Just gotta accept that. Anybody else like to say anything? Let me try again. DC, you gotta accept the invite to speak. There you go. You're in.
This phone is so glitchy and messed up that I'm literally seeing double, the PFPs. I'm seeing double of those and stuff like that. So
Jesus.
Yeah, this phone's awful. But what's up?
What's up, man? DC,
Not much.
what's going on? Where's Holly at? I just realized she's not even in here.
Yeah, she's napping.
What?
She's asleep. I would wake her up, but y'all wouldn't never see me again.
How
y'all would attend my funeral on video chat.
Jeez. All right. Well, it's understandable. But I guess you could speak for her too.
A little bit, yeah. She's the one who invited me in here, so I guess I could say a little bit from what she said when she invited me and things we've talked about. So I ain't gonna say too much for her.
DC has only been here for a very short amount of time, but actually just about almost as much as Holly, right? But the difference is that of course she was a lot more chattier. Obviously your phone is not like working very well, and that's probably why too. I just recently started playing games with DC too as well. He plays a lot with Smokey and other people. We've been playing like Divinity, and it's a lot of fun having you around and playing games with you. And I know that you weren't really playing much because you didn't have a graphics card in your PC, and you now do, so you don't have something like holding you back now. And I'm just looking forward to being able to play more of these different kind of games with you, and I'm sure everybody else would like a piece of you too as well. So, give you the floor.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say.
Yeah, man, I've created a bunch of Discord servers and things like that, and played games with people, and I've left all those, and I believe I'm going to stay in this one. I like all the people in here, and people are cool and nice, and more up my alley than any other people I've ever played with online. So I'll be here for a while. I think Holly feels the same way. Every night we hop in the chat and talk with y'all and hang out and have great laughs and great fun. And on the note of me and you not playing much together, I saw on on there. Forsaken was on your wanted list, your wish list that you wanted to play. And I was going to see if you want to do that because I was going to buy it for me and Holly and Smokey, or me, Holly, and you, depending on whoever wanted to play it. Because it's kind of like Phasmophobia. But yeah, Divinity and stuff's been really fun, and yeah, even hell, I didn't like Fortnite at all, But I played with y'all and had fun playing with y'all, and hope we can find some more games that we can play. Other things than stuff like Cookout, things like that. But we'll find something. And I'm always down to play anything that I have in my library, or if I have the money and the game looks cool enough,
Yeah.
I'll buy it. And even if the game isn't cool to me, if it's a big multiplayer game and there's like 15 of y'all in there, I'll buy it just to play with all of y'all.
Right on, man.
Yeah, I'm not too particular.
We also were talking about you weren't here in the early part of this, but we were talking about a meetup and what would work for everybody in terms of like a schedule. What do you think perceivably would work for you and Holly?
Anywhere between next week and next year is cool with me. I work at a family-owned business, so I can take off work anytime I want.
Okay.
For stuff like that, and it's all cool. So
it definitely won't be
really. It's
just.
But yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm open. I can come whenever. Right. Even if it's like if we all ended up having to meet in the UK or anything like that, that's cool. I could do that too.
Right.
That ain't a problem.
You're game for everything. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm game for anything, man. I always thought it'd be cool to meet people that you hang out with online.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming up here and saying a couple things, man, and appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look forward to more gaming.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely play some more, and if you ever get on Divinity again, we can play that.
We will. I will.
I know you will.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else like to come up here and talk? We've been actually doing this for the last hour and a half, but if anybody else would like to say anything else, drop the last bomb or anything like that, they're more than welcome to raise their hand and come up here. I'll give it a good 60 seconds before I go ahead and close this up. So, do you have anything else you guys want to add? Feel free to come up here real quick. All right, Jay's raised his hand.
Hello again.
Hello again.
So, I was just thinking, I kind of rushed what I said earlier, but I was thinking about traveling over to America. I've got like a few things I need to figure out first. So there's like, to get into the States, I need to be vaccinated, which I'm not, which is like fine, but I'll figure that out ahead of time. And the other thing is, I was looking at flights. How the hell, right? Because say it's going to be like summertime, right? And the prices are like hiked up quite high. The flights are like over £1,000. What the fuck? But anyway,
a lot of it also has to do with what day you're doing it, what month, and how far in advance that you're checking. So if like you're checking just for an estimate, but you're saying next week you're gonna do it, of course the prices are gonna be a lot higher. So you have to try to book several months ahead of time to get a more accurate result, I should say.
Yeah, like it was just a guideline, really. And like the other thing is, like my anxiety is like through the roof all the time. And traveling wise, I'll only go. This is gonna sound so sad, but I don't care. I'll only go anywhere with my partner, and she's like, she don't want to get vaccinated just to go to abroad, so that sort of excludes her, and I don't want to travel alone. So like, I'm betting that Apothecon fucking comes with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, again, that's another thing I'll work on because,
Okay. All right.
But yeah, apart from that, that is me done.
All right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Angel. Actually, I could just do. Let's do that. All right, Angel.
Yeah, no, I felt like I was kind of rushing what I was trying to say, and I kind of was just battling on, so you guys didn't have to hear my daughter screech. But I really love everyone in the DAO's community, and we're all very close together. And I've catched myself having a lot of my great moments in chat, just playing either Fortnite or Valheim or anything like that, just chilling, having a great time. Being able to come to a place where I don't have to worry about everything that's going on in my life. I can just chill with my friends and some I think as family. A lot of you I think as family, and I love you all. And like in a year or something like that for the meetup.
Okay. I will note that down. Thank you. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Angel. Appreciate it. Thanks, Shadow Dragon, Shadow Bites, SD. DC, you got something else to add?
All right. I just wanted to say something about. I think that was Jay before Angel, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I feel that I understand there's people out there who don't want to get the vaccine and all that. So what you can do is, and also about bringing the price down a little bit. If your partner ends up wanting to come, if what I say can work for y'all in your country, I don't know about there, but here it does. Just tell them it's against your religion, and just tell them that you, or I forget the religion, but and that then they can't force you to do it, and you can still fly. And then you can also do group rates. So like, if you and your partner want to go, and then Apothecon want to go, usually, you said they're 1,000 pounds a piece. That 3,000 pounds would drop down, at least a few $100. And there's ways online, if you just do a little research, there's places that give you like flyer points and stuff without a credit card, and you can get rates really, really cheap through that. So if anyone's from another country and wanting to come, you should look into stuff like that. And if you don't want to get the vaccine, then you can also just state that it's against your religion and things like that, and you can bypass all that crap if that's what you're wanting to do. But that's all I wanted to say, because I wanted to try to help them out if that possible.
Cool. Those were some good advice there for people who want to avoid that kind of stuff. So Jay, if you heard all that, maybe note some of that down and put that into consideration, and let your
Just
partner
send me a message if you want me to help you research some stuff too, because I will. I don't mind looking up discounted tickets and using flyer miles or something like that, or getting them for you. Or because if you can get them, and then I can go on the same website and get them, you can transfer points to people. So I would just transfer points to you if I ended up getting some, so it would help you out. We could do things like that all as a group to help bring the prices down, if it's possible.
Awesome. That's great. I appreciate you helping a fellow member like that out.
Anytime.
It just solidifies how close we are with each other. So that's awesome, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the time on here.
Yep. All right, guys. So we've been at it for the last hour and a half. Anything else from anybody? Gonna close this in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys being here again. And let's 2023. Let's shoot for the moon. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.